I'm your host of the Most Open 23. You're joining me for Red Carpet Diaries, Book 2, Chapter 6. Are you ready to rumble? Your first day under Tad Princeton's management was a whirlwind, which ended with Tad informing you that you're now dating your co-star, Chadley. Today, you're heading back to the LA set to rehearse your next big scene. You pull together yourself and head to the studio. When you get there, Tommy's instructing crew members to hang green screens left, right, center, and even on the ceiling. What's going on here? I've never seen so many green screens on one side. That's because you've never worked with Tommy Phelps before, baby. He gives you a gleeful double finger gun. Bang, bang! We're here rehearsing the big martial arts battle. That should be fun to watch. Should I set up in a corner, or... What are you talking about, babe? It's you and Apricott going mano a mano, furo a furo. You know I don't know martial arts, right? And my name is Jessica, not Babe. He shrugs and waves a hand through the air like he's swatting a fly. Don't get touchy! Those are just details. Dave will explain everything. He turns his back on you and the crew and starts directing the crew again. No. That top one goes higher. I want them at least 3 stories up by the end. We can fix that in post. Hey, yeah, we could. You, sir, are a genius. Dave, Tommy's assistant, pads up to you. I wasn't kidding you. I have 0 martial arts experience. Well, from what I understand, a lot of the scene is just a wire work. For the rest, we're hiring a great trainer. You've probably heard of him before. Jean-Paul Hardgrave. He did a ton of movies in the 80s and 90s. Not ringing a bell. Either way, you should probably get changed. His training can be intense. Dave waits while you duck into the dressing room to change into workout clothes. When you're ready, he leads you down the hall to a gym where Matt is sparring with a large man you don't recognize. Dave's walkie-talkie buzzes the minute you step inside. Dave, we need someone to give this harness a test run. That's Tommy. I better go. Be nice if they would have said that before it, but okay. He rushes off soon. Matt and the trainer finish sparring and turn to you. Oh, hey. John Paul, this is Jessica.
Ah, a new student for my dojo. I am Jean-Paul Hardgrave. You may remember me from such films as Fatality Count and Death Hunter.
He bows to you. Bow back. When you stand back, he's smiling serenely at you.
I see you have already learned the first rule of the dojo. Respect your sensei.
Yes, always. He claps his giant meaty paws together, the sounds echoing throughout the room.
That's enough small talk. Let's begin. First thing you'll learn is how to respond to hold moves.
He circles the air with a massive hairy arm, bending slightly like he's got a head wedged in his armpit. That sounds fun. Matt glances over you, eyes wide, and then his face lights up. You know, John Paul, if you wanted to take a break, I'd be happy to run Jessica through the basics.
I don't remember you achieving a black belt in Aikido, Mr. Rodriguez.
Obviously, I'm not on your level, Hardgrave Sensei, but I've acted in a lot of movies where I did my own martial arts scenes, and of course, your training today was incredibly thorough.
Well, I suppose that would be acceptable if Jessica's comfortable being trained by a lower-level practitioner.
He shrugs, drops of sweat clinging to the hairs on his arms and chest, like smelly dew caught in a tangled thicket. Matt turns to you, grinning. So how about it? Yeah, I'll stick with Hardgrave. Sorry, bro. I'm a complete noob, after all. I should probably learn from the master. Suit yourself. I'm gonna head out for the day. I'll see you tomorrow for the shoot. He turns and bows to Hardgrave and leaves.
Let us begin!
Strides over and whips your arm around before you even realize what's happening and twists it behind your back.
You're an incapacitated fighter. What do you do?
Admit defeat and negotiate terms of surrender?
Never! You use my momentum against me.
He lets go, swapping spots, so now you're holding his arm. Then, in a few rapid motions, he spins around and flips you onto the mat. Ah!
Now show me.
You try to perform the move, straining against his bulk, but you can't even make him budge.
Were you sleeping before? Like this?
He takes up the same position and quickly flips you over again with a heavy thud. Ow! Can you not?
In the words of my beloved Camp Ninja character instructor Ron Paul Hardstave, pain makes gains.
Oh god, he's one of those. You know, you can't teach your pupil anything if they're knocked unconscious or their body's broken, I'm just saying. You keep trying the move over and over until finally you manage to flip him. I did it! You raise your hands above your head and he grabs you, spinning you sideways and onto the mat.
Never let your defenses down.
Can you show me that move again?
Finally, the spirit of the warrior emerges.
Bring it. You lift your arms and he flips you to the mats again.
Ah! So, do you understand the sequence?
Maybe? You slowly work your way through the motions. The first time you can't get it.
Your positions are correct, but you're moving too slowly.
You try to move again, working through the motions more quickly, and finally manage to flip him.
Huh!
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
Never apologize.
Okay.
That's from the Castigator, one of my earlier movies. Really, though, no need to apologize. You executed the move well.
Oh, thanks. He keeps running you through holds, throws, pins, turns, and until you're practically dripping with sweat. Pretty sure this isn't all mine. Finally, after what feels like hours, he claps his hands together.
Your training is complete.
Really? How'd I do?
You are, in a word, terrible. But audiences can't differentiate between true mastery and fancy camera angles. If they could, Nightwalker 2, Tonight We Run, would have been much better returns.
Wow, what a descriptive title.
You're more than ready for today's choreography, however. It's even possible you'll make it through the shoot without any sprains.
Wow, living the dream, huh? He bows to you, his ponytail flicks a final droplet of sweat into your face, and marches out the door without saying another word. You head back down the hall and to the set. Practice martial arts with Jean-Paul Hartgrave. I guess it's time to put this training to the test. When you arrive, all the green screens are in place. Tommy and Hargrave are standing near the main set chatting. Ah, Jessica's here! That's great. Ready to rehearse the fight scene? Absolutely. I feel... Just then a door bangs open and Apricott stamps in, pausing only to sneer at you. Meow meow, John Paul. He runs up and hugs him.
Long time no see, Miss Apricott. What are you doing here?
Didn't you hear? I'm the star of the movie. Let her have... No, you know what I'm doing? I'm calling her up. You think you're the star. What? Ovviamente no. I know it. I'm the lead Apricot. Didn't anyone tell you that? Oh, sure. As far as casting directors are concerned, you might be. I suppose what I mean is that I'll be the one stealing the show. Sure. You tell yourself that. But what are you doing here, Jean-Paul? Just swinging by to hang with me?
I'm choreographing the fight scene, providing on-scene training.
I can't believe anyone would think they could star in a movie like this and not already know some basic martial arts moves. Oh, sorry. Was he talking about you, Jessica? You forced on a bright smile. He was. I guess some of us land leading roles based on acting abilities.
should we get started? Tommy and I have worked out all the details.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what you have planned. Me too, but first, I so need a latte. Back in a few. Ciao. She glances off, sad without even a backwards glance. Get started without her. Turn to John Paul. Well, I, for one, am looking forward to using the extra time to really perfect my half of the scene.
Perfect makes practice, huh?
You mean practice makes perfect? But okay, what?
From Build and Destroy, it's my only most famous line in the movie.
So that was a compliment, right?
How much clearer can I be?
Is this just never mind. My brain's just quit on this. I feel like he's Chadley 2.0. Hardgrave runs you through the few of the opening moves while you wait for Apricott to return. Finally, she arrives, tapping on her phone as she strides into the room, like she doesn't have a care in the world. So glad you decided to join us. I didn't have anything better to do. I mean, besides hang out with Taylor and the girl squad at the beach, but honestly, we do that all the time.
You ladies ready to rumble?
Oh my god, please. This is taking so long already. I'm gonna kick your ass. I just can't take it anymore. You notice Tommy's jaw clench, but a few seconds later, he forces him to smile. Ah! You know what, Tommy? I like you. Okay? Yeah, I like you. You let a physical manifestation show right there. I like you. Looks like I'm not the only one fed up with her attitude.
Don't worry. Things are gonna speed up now. Now, what's gonna happen is she's gonna beat your ass. Go! So this fight...
I'm just imagining a cat fighting in the head right now. Okay.
So this fight is taking place in a sub-basement of an abandoned consulate in Sandra Vita. Falcon worked a Black Ops mission there, and he sent his number 2, Wrath.
Or Wraith, sorry. Wraith or Wrath? I guess it could be either. The finger guns at Apricott.
To find some evidence of what they did. Fodder for blackmail or whatever.
He waves his hands in the air like the explanation is already boring him.
Point is, Agent Warren realized what they were all after. So, she's here for the same thing. And then, boom boom!
He makes explosions with his hand.
Once you two babe or Renos realize you're both trying to get the goods, things go off.
We're doing what now? If the consulate is abandoned, why would there be evidence here? And for that matter, would either of us really go into a mission like this alone?
There were, henchmen that you already defeated, and maybe your team is outside as backup? Or whatever, we'll add all that in post.
Apricott rolls her eyes. Who cares about the dumb stuff? Can we just learn the fight already? After all, Jessica probably has a blue plate special to get to. What the f does that even mean? What does even that mean? Oh god damn, son of a...
You're the lady? Let's finish this fight. It's JPHG's show. Now, listen to him, okay?
He rushes off to craft services, clearly glad to be done with the conversation. I'll stay professional for now, but I'm definitely needing to talk to Tommy about Apricott.
We will start with...
Lean forward, anxious to catch the next word.
Places. Jessica, you'll be here at the opening. Apricott, you'll be here. The crew will strap you into wire riggings. I tried to tell Tommy the beauty of Aikido needs no help from wires, but he insisted.
He directs each of you to the spots on the floor marked with barely visible stripes of tape. Both of you are fitted with wire harnesses.
Excellent. Now, before the fight starts, you can improvise a bit. It will look more natural. Just remember to stay about this far from each other at the outset. It's for the camera angles.
Got it. Apricott pulls out her phone to send a quick text, and realizing Hardgrave is waiting for a response, tucks it away. Sure, camera angles.
If you're both ready, the smell of fight is in the air.
No, that's the smell of me wanting to beat the shit out of her. Because I'm tired of her texting and wasting all of her time.
That's from the trash man cometh, by the way. Feel free to use it as a study aid before shooting.
He waits for both of you to get into position.
Yes, that's good. The series of throws will go as follows.
Hargrave walks the two of you through the steps of the fight in slow motion. You advance, retreat, catch one another in holds, and break out of them, the wires adding an extra flourish to each move. The entire fight flows together, each movement carefully choreographed, almost like a dance.
And then, once Agent Warren has her pinned on the ground, Wraith wriggles one arm free and detonates a flash bomb.
Tommy yells from across the room,
"Boom boom!" And by the time Warren recovers, she'll be gone, along with the evidence. Should we run through that one more time?
That would be... No thanks, JP, I've got it. Besides, I seriously have better things to do with my day than teach Jessica things she should already know. Not waiting for a response, she promptly works to unclip herself with a harness. You know what? Flipper. Apricott quickly frees herself and starts to stride out of the room. You position yourself right in front of her, crouching down slightly. Out of my... She raises her arm to push past you, and you grab onto it, twisting around her body until you've flipped her onto the mat. Shit, below! Sorry, I just wanted one more chance to practice before you left. Some of the crew members start chuckling.
Excellent technique, Jessica.
He turns to Apricott, who's scrambling up from the floor, and bows.
Thank you, Apricott, for allowing Jessica a last opportunity to rehearse. As a novice, she needs as much practice as possible.
She glares back and forth between him and you. You can practically see wisps of steam coming out of her nostrils. Finally, she exhales hard, forcing on a smile. Of course, anything for you, GPHG. She then turns to you, eyes blazing, and jabs a finger at you. You're lucky I'm in a good mood. Otherwise, you'd so be sued. That's not how this works, honey cup. Okay? She turns on her heel and stomps out of the room. Totally worth it. Yes, it is. High five. Hargrave and Tommy chat for a few minutes as the crow helps you out of your harness. They finish their discussion, and Hargrave bows and leaves the studio. Now's my chance to talk to Tommy about Apricott. Walk over to quickly before someone else can enter. Tapped him. He looks up and frowns, obviously confused to see you. Everything copacetic? Actually, no, it's not.
Well, lay it on me.
And the thing is, she's not taking the production seriously. She waltzed in late, left for a latte, then barely paid attention during the run-through of her fight. And she left before we even had a chance to run the moves for a second time.
I wonder why that wrapped up so quickly.
I understand this is a business with some intense personalities, but I've worked through that before. But this is next level. Her behavior is totally unprofessional, and it's making it impossible for me to do my job.
I'm sorry you feel that way, and honestly, I'm totally agreeing with you. Her attitude is affecting the entire production. But what do you want me to do about it?
I want you to... I doubt he's gonna fire her, let's be honest. Tell her she needs to shape up. She needs to understand that if she keeps acting like a spoiled princess, there will be consequences. He sighs heavily.
I hear you, babe, but that's not gonna happen.
But why? Why not?
Didn't anyone tell you who Apricott is?
I mean, I think Matt said something about her mom being a model and her parents knowing a lot of folks around Hollywood.
Not just some folks. Her family knows everyone. Hell, they run everyone.
But I've never heard of Persimmon family. She can't be that important.
That's her mom's stage name. She was a supermodel. They decided to use that once Apricott got into acting. But her dad's last name is Montmartre.
Like Victor Montmartre?
The very same. And Uncle Vic made it very clear that we started production that he wanted his niece in the movie.
so she just gets to act however she wants.
I know which side my bread is buttered on. If that helps, means a helping of apricot, well, that's just what I gotta swallow.
He shrugs, pats you awkwardly on the back, and heads out. Great. You change and catch a car back to your house, exhausted from the day and still reeling from the revelation that Apricot's a Montmartre. I'm pretty sure every part of me is sore. Brain especially. You collapse on the couch, barely mustering the energy to call for takeout. You're about to call it a night when your phone rings and you don't recognize the number. Hello? Jessica, so glad I caught you. This is Anita, Victor Montmartre's private secretary. Of course, I remember you. Is everything okay? Everything's great. In fact, Victor was hoping you might be able to join him for dinner tomorrow to talk over how the movie's going. Just the basics, any issues he can help resolve, ideas for punching up your character. He likes to stay involved with his favorite projects. Would 7:30 work for you at Susina Formaggio? Susina Formaggio? Doesn't that place have a Michelin star? 2. As of this year, Victor is used to the best. Apparently so. And yes, I'd be happy to meet him for dinner. Actually, I have a few concerns I'd very much like to discuss with him. I'm sure he'll be eager to hear about them. He'll be expecting you at 7:30. She hangs up the phone, leaving you anxious but determined. He said he wants to hear my thoughts about how he could improve the production. And he's sure as hell gonna hear them. You head to bed to rest up for your shoot. The next morning you wake up raring to go. Bring an apricot. I'm ready for you. Dazzy rushes around your bedroom, rearing up his hind legs to swat the air. My feelings exactly. You quickly get ready and head over to the studio, bright and early. But Apricot is already there and she looks phenomenal. Oh, Jessica, so nice of you to finally join us. Finalmente. Look, Guero, fire your wardrobe person. I can't believe you're okay wearing that in the scene. This is your chance to snag a super sweet spy outfit and impress your director. Dressed to kill. They'll never see you coming. Bullshit! Oh my god, I would see that coming. I'd be like, damn! I mean, why not? I mean, my character doesn't go to work every day in a superhero costume. Some of us read the script. By all means, wear that. It only makes me look better by comparison. She flounces off and you head to hair and makeup to get ready. The crew quickly readies the set for you and Apricot's epic battle in green screen consulate. Soon Tommy strides on the set. Looking good, ladies! Apricot, you nailed it with the wardrobe, totally fierce Wraith. Jessica, I like how creative you're interpreting your character, almost like she's just a regular gal. That's kinda arty, I guess. Anyway, enough chatter. You two ready to kick some ass? I don't know. I wouldn't want to be responsible for injuring the elderly. Oh, don't worry about me, Apricot. I've actually practiced the choreography. Apricot may look the part, but that won't change the fact that she's barely bothered to rehearse. Places, ladies! The two of you move to your marks, and the crew harnesses you in. Alright, on 3, 2, 1, action sequence! Apricot starts digging through the files that Tommy will presumably add and post. At least she remembers how this starts. Stalking around the green fabric-draped corner, spotter, you freeze. You're exactly the distance that Hargrove told you to stand apart. Wraith. I should taunt her. Did Falcon finally let you off the leash? She tilts her head to the side, eyes narrowed, and smiles slyly. If you're trying to distract me, it won't work. I've already got what I came for. far she's remembered everything, but she'll definitely lose the thread soon. Pretends to slip something in the pocket, then holds her hands up. Fox innocence. As much I'd love to stay and chat, I must be going. Such a full dance card these days. Your next line sets off the rest of the fight. Will she know what to do? Did you say dancing? I'd love to. You hold each other's gaze for a second, stares fierce, and rush towards one another at the same moment. I'm not letting you leave with that. I'd like to see you stop me. You twist to one side, grabbing her by her arm. Apricott flips you overhead effortlessly, the wires amplifying the motion. Oof. She tries to run away, but you grab her ankle and she tumbles to the ground. Ah! The two of you keep attacking and retreating, grabbing, flipping, working your way through the complicated choreography Hardgrave showed you. She's nailed every stab. Soon it's the final move, where Agent Warren pins right to the ground. I'm gonna say stick to the choreography, to be honest. You perform the hold Hargrave showed you, pinning her to the ground with one efficient movement. Apricott stares at you fiercely, then her lips slowly curl into a barest hint of a smile. Looks like you've got me. Or at least, you had me. She whips her arm free, pressing down a thumb to detonate the flash bomb. Ah! I'll be seeing you. Too bad you won't be seeing me. You blink exaggeratedly, rubbing at your eyes, peering around the room. But she's gone. And cut! Ladies, that was perfect! I didn't even notice your weird clothes, Jessica. That's how good you look. Thanks. Should we run it again? I think I've gotten a better extension and that one flying kick. And just before Jessica flipped me the second time, I think my form was a little off, maybe? Nope. We've got the take. You ladies nailed it like boom, boom, boom. Well, fine. I don't care. She shrugs, but she looks frustrated. Scowling, she turns away. Is she really upset just because she thinks she could do it better? I mean... Gruen harnesses you both. Apricott immediately makes for the door. You take a few steps after. Apricott, great job today. Sarcasm isn't gonna look on you. Not like anything else. I was being serious. You really pulled out some of the stops for the fight scene. I was genuinely impressed with your performance. Oh, well, grazie then. She frowns, clearly confused. After a second, her expression curls into a sneer. If you think this means we're going to start, like, braiding each other's hair or something, you're so off base. She flips her hair over her shoulder and stalks out of the room. God damn, man, I tell you. Some people just don't know how to be nice. You head home and take a long, hot shower. You want to collapse into the bed, but meeting Victor Montmarty is just around the corner. The more you think about it, the more you're committed to addressing Apricott with him. Clearly she can bring the goods when she needs to, but her attitude is ridiculous. Maybe Uncle Vic can convince her to act like a professional all the time. You steel yourself for the delicate conversation. At least we'll be at Susino Formaggio. From what everyone says, their burrata can smooth over any amount of awkwardness. You're just about to head out the door for the restaurant when you get a call from a blocked number. Hello? Jessica, it's Victor. Oh, hi Victor. I was just on my way to the restaurant. Anita said 7:30, right? I hope I'm not late. Not at all. In fact, I was calling to beg a change of plans. Would you mind having dinner at my home instead? Well, this is unprofessional. Some work things came up and I'll need to dive back in after dinner. A meeting there will be that much easier. Is it easier if I just come to your office? It's simple enough for me to head there. I'm sure it would be much quicker than dinner. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you, but I need some files from my home office anyway. Besides, Anita's always nagging me to remember meals. She'll force me to keep my promises to her. Uh-huh. As long as you're sure it's not a problem. On the contrary, you're making my life infinitely simpler. Thanks for being so flexible, Jessica. I'll see you soon. Why do I get the sick feeling that this guy is a slimy piece of shit? I'm just serious. He hangs up the phone, sending you a text a few seconds later with the address. Do you want to come along, Dowsy? Okay, since you asked so nicely, Victor would probably love to see you again anyway. You finish getting ready, call a car to take you to your new destination, the Montmartre Mansion. Before long, you pull up outside the colossal mansion, tucked away from the street and surrounded by imposing gates, pointed cupolas top Waitley stone towers. And the house is obviously expensive, beautiful even, but it looks so eerie in the dark, silent night, and it sends a shiver down your spine. Guess this is the place. Walk up to the keypad and click the intercom. Hello? It's Jessica. I'm here for the dinner meeting with Victor? A voice crackles through him. Jessica, it's Victor. Let me open the gates. The door swings inward, and you pick your way up from the long drive to the massive, dark wood doors. You lift the giant knocker and drop it on the door with a heavy thud, and you can hear echoing through the house. After a few moments, the door creaks open. Jessica, come on in. Oh, and you brought this little guy along. He nuzzles Tazzie's head. I thought you might want to say hello. Follow Victor into a grand entryway lined in a dark wood and filled with elaborately carved furniture. Animal heads are mounted on the wall, strange weapons are displayed around the room, casting long shadows in the dim light. Wow, your place is so, lovely! It's very luxurious and eccentric. Luxurious and eccentric. I think those two words sum me up about perfectly. Are you hungry? Dinner should be any minute. Absolutely. I worked up an appetite at the shoot today. I'm not drinking anything you offer me. I'll pour it myself. You head into an intimate dining area. It's been set for two, with fresh flowers and a giant candelabra in the center. Oh, elaborate. When did you have time to prepare all this? Oh, I didn't have to do any of this. I have excellent help. They spoil me. They really pulled this together quickly. I pay them excellently. Shall we? He pulls out one of the chairs and you sit. You set Tazzy on the floor. He quickly nuzzles up against your feet. A few seconds later, a young woman arrives with an elaborate spread of cheese and... This is a new one. Charcuterie? He raises a hand as she turns to go. And a bottle of 82 Dom Perignon. Thanks, Gretchen. She returns with the champagne, filling the flutes for each of you before retreating to the kitchen. Quite a spread, but I don't eat meat. It looks amazing. If only I could eat a charcuterie plates until I died, I think I'd go out happy. A woman after my own heart. But don't fill up too much. There's several courses still to come. Your staff just whipped up a multi-course meal? I demand the best. He raises his glass. To you, by the way. I could be wrong, of course, but I think casting you on Double Agent was one of the smartest moves of my career, and I'm never wrong. Clink glasses and sip the champagne, which is ridiculously good. So I asked you here to fill me in on your experience so far. How's the production going? Any complaints? Well, not a complaint exactly. More like a concern. Go on. He leans forward, obviously interested in what you have to say. Clear your throat and fold your hands over one another in your lap to keep them from shaking. Here goes. It concerns your niece, Apricott. What about her? The thing is, she's not taking the production seriously. How do you mean? Just yesterday she skipped training, left rehearsal to get a latte, and then walked out of the one after only one run-through. Which meant I wasn't able to get a full, thorough rehearsal for the fight today. We were lucky to get a decent take. Frankly, it's affecting the entire production. He sits back and steeples his fingers together, staring at you thoughtfully.
So what would you propose I do?
I mean, I think if it were anyone else...
I'd fire her.
Well, wouldn't you?
Probably, but I think we both know that's not going to happen.
But you'll at least discipline her, won't you?
Oh, she'll hear from me. This role is a privilege I'm granting her, not a right. But that doesn't change the facts on the ground. She knows, like I think you know, that the consequences end at a talking to. Apricott is family, and I look out for my family, period. I'm sorry about her behavior. Believe me, I know how difficult she can be. But she stays on the production.
But...
That's final. Stunned by the controlled fury in his tone, you nod.
I guess that's what Victoria meant about him having a temper.
Soon a server comes out with another course, filet mignon, and a luscious-looking béarnaise sauce paired with glasses of rich-looking red wine. As soon as she departs, Victor leans across the table, smiling devilishly. You know, I could look out for you, too. Bowls back slightly.
You already have. Getting this role in such a big picture, I'm so grateful.
He slices a whisper-thin piece of the dripping rare steak, pierces it on the end of the knife, and holds it up towards your mouth. Grateful is nice, but I'd rather have you be other things.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I smell it. I'll spell it out for you then. I smell it, Jesus. Sleep with me, tonight. I promise the pleasure will extend far beyond the bedroom.
This can't seriously be happening.
You gulp, balling your hands into fists to stop them shaking.
What do I do? What do I say? Victor, that's wildly inappropriate. That's not gonna happen, and frankly, I'm appalled that you'd even suggest it. I'm a professional, not your toy.
Call yourself whatever you like, you owe your current career to me. I'd like the favor repaid. I'm sure you know I'm used to what I want. Swallow hard, it feels like the room is starting to close in around you. You glance around suddenly, aware of how alone you are, how isolated, and that he planned for it to happen this way. Victor stands and walks around to your side of the table, placing his hands on your shoulders. Don't make this difficult, Jessica. It's supposed to be fun. You know I have it in my power to give you the world, the best parts, media coverage, frankly, ludicrous amounts of money. All you need to do is say yes. Let it happen, and then I promise we'll both be happy. You'd figure a guy with everything in the world, and he can't get a willing mate. He raises a finger along your jaw, you're paralyzed with fear, and something inside of you snaps. Throw wine in his face, that's what most women do. Grab your wine glass, spin around, and throw it straight in his face. Ah! And you burst out of your chair, knocking Victor aside with a shoulder as you bolt for the entryway. He stumbles backwards, obviously shocked. Just then, Tazzy bursts out from under the table, teeth bared in a snarl. Ah! He leaps at Victor, biting deep into his ankle. Get this thing off of me! He shakes his leg until Tazzy lets go, running to you. You scoop up the cat in your arms, backing away, putting more space between you and Victor. Good one, Tazzy. What the hell do you call that? And where do you think you're going? Leave me alone. I'll call the cops. And tell them what? I haven't done anything wrong? I would believe you. Takes a step towards you, his face contorted with rage. I'm Victor Montmarty. I have all the power here. You're the girl I hire, trying to make trouble for a valuable member of society. You back away, your blood like ice in your veins, and suddenly, he lunges. Ah!
You dodge around him and run through the mansion blindly, banging into taxidermied animals, monstrous in the dim light, its teeth bared. You keep running as fast as you can, pushing through the heavy doors. You sprint down the long driveway, blinded by tears. Let me get out of here, please. Just let me get out of here. At the bottom of the drive, you spot a door next to the gate. You try and thankfully it's unlocked. Just as you pull it open, you hear Victor's voice echoing behind you. You turn and see him silhouetted in the mansion's entryway.
You made the wrong choice, Jessica. No one says no to Victor Montmartre, no one.
Well, bitch, I just did, so you. The mask is off. Victor Montmartre isn't just Hollywood's powerful man in the Hollywood. He's a monster. And now, he's your enemy. I figured, I kind of wondered when they were going to do something like this, especially because it's, kind of the, oh, whatchamacallit, because of the Me Too movement, and all that happened with shit like this. You know, I don't get it, and this is my personal opinion, is I just don't get it. I don't get how people like that, and let's be honest, it's a fact, it's a realization, it's a real thing that's going on currently in our society right now, where you have these men, these powerful men, that go out and they have wealth, they have fame, they have all this shit. And you would figure, man, you could get, really, let's think about it. I mean, there are money-hungry women out there. They're called gold diggers. They will do anything as long as they get that money, baby. And it's like, I get it. The guys don't want easy, but I mean, let's see. Would you rather have easy, or would you rather have I can literally ruin my whole life by doing something really just dumb as shit because it's immoral? Doesn't use common sense, it doesn't use intellect, it doesn't use anything at all. It's completely against what, you should do as a person, let alone a male. And I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it from the perspective of then nice people get overlooked for people like that. And then oh my god. I could just sit and have a discussion about this, and I'm not, but then I want to, but I'm not. It's just, you know what? Feel free to tune into stream and ask me these questions. And yeah, I can sit there and rant to you. Man, I'll tell you. With that being said, I hope you all enjoy the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, if you do subscribe, hit that bell so you can receive notifications. And head down to Show More, aka the description. There's links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content, including our Twitch channel, which I will be streaming later this evening. And without further ado, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in America's Most Eligible. That's up next, or in another video. Peace out.